I what was I talking about initially? The
You said you wanted to do the podcast.
yes. I'm trying to remember what did I say I was gonna do the podcast on.
You did not say.
Me, Euphoria, and
The Gemstones.
Maker. No, you said Euphoria and Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah. Did you watch any of those?
I sure did.
Okay. Are you caught up?
I am.
Okay. So I guess Dan, you on them. This is you caught up like yesterday caught up?
Yeah, I'm yesterday caught up.
Yesterday caught up. Okay.
Uh,
It it's funny because I'm not necessarily going into super detail about like what's happening. Well, I guess we can give a the Righteous Gemstones is basically about a mega church, a fantasy mega church family just doing their whole shenanigans, right? Uh, I'm not really. I guess I should have given
intro.
names. Oh, I mean, yeah, my intro. Hello, this is Jamin. I am what's going on internet? What's going over there? That's the type of podcast. If you're here, if this is your first time, hey, I'm with my friends, and we're gonna be talking about stuff on the internet, probably TV shows. Kevin Malone and Daniel, the Flames. And he will be here. He hasn't seen the show, so so he will be here, probably commentary. But the
Yeah, I'm kind of
it's
surprised you haven't, but it's worth watching.
yeah, it's a type of comedy that's just like hysterical. Let me see if I can get an actual synopsis because I've never actually read a synopsis about this. Okay, the world famous Jinso family's living proof that worship pays divine in all sizes. Um, what is that? That can't be right. It sounds like Patricia. It's not. So Eli, that's the father. Success of the family of mega churches. Into is Jesse, the eldest of three of the Gemstone siblings, looking to lead his father's in footsteps, but find his past of sin jeopardizes the family ministry. Next in line comes the middle sister Judy, who secret lives with her fiance and dreams of escaping the Gemstone compound. Rounding out a dysfunctional trio is the hipster Kelvin, the youngest of the preachers, and Thorn and Jesse's side as the family battle numerous threats through their own religion, empire, and continues to spread the good word and make solid buck doing it. So that's what they have. It was Rough House Pictures is the production company, but it's on HBO. Um, Good show. Like I said, Eli, the main preacher, he's you've seen him in other bodies of work such as yeah. Wasn't he in a TV show?
Yeah. Also Fred Flintstone.
Also Fred Flintstones from the movie, if you ever remember it.
Roseanne. He's the husband.
Also Rose. Yeah, there you go. And it really is a good show. It's I guess it's funnier if you're a Christian. But it's a funny show that and if it's a certain type of comedy. That's why I say actually if you watch Vice Principal because they have a certain type of banter comedy that is like in all the shows like this. So
I found out was kind of weird. They call that type of comedy black comedy.
Black comedy. Like black people comedy or like black or like dark comedy.
Like darker undertone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They call it black comedy.
Yeah. It's very dank. It's very dank type of comedy style.
Yeah. More morbid humor, stuff like.
Yeah. It's like the crude jokes. It's it's interesting. It's like to them they're not really making jokes. It's just like though these ridiculous personalities, manifested in a human form, and it's funny. And they're like I don't know what state they're supposed to be in, but they're like country, but like it's very like Uncle Daddy type of countryness, like very like a country of Florida. It very is very certain type of twang they have with their little accents, whatever. But great show. I guess we can just talk about the last episode, which was Eli. Okay, 2 episodes ago, Eli got shot because a biker gang ran up on him. And like shot his shit up. Don't know how he survived. Only because I guess he's a tough.
It looked like he got hit like 3 times.
He got hit like in the chest for real. Like I guess because he's an old wrestler, he just survived it. And like this episode, well, the last episode, he woke up because he was in a coma for a little bit, and I guess he's trying to reconcile with his children about just being a family, and he told them the secrets of his father, their grandfather, shot his old boss, his old wrestling boss, because his old wrestling boss tried to extort money through the church, and he didn't want it, and liked him even when he was working for him being a wrestler, and he was going through dementia, so his dad, I guess, to walk around the compound with a fucking shotgun, and just in his underwear, and just blew him away. And that happens, that happens sometimes. And he buried them while they was building a roller coaster park, and he's been under that roller coaster park the whole time. So when he got shot up by the motorcycle people, they thought it was the son of that guy, right? They called him Junior, so they thought it was Junior that sent the motorcycle people after him. So when he woke up, he went to go to talk to Junior and the squash the beef they had.
And he let him know that, hey, because Junior thought this whole time that Eli helped his dad leave. But
yeah.
Eli came forward like, nah, man, like your dad's dead. In fact, here's the gun that belonged to him. But nah, your dad's dead. My dad shot your dad. So.
Right. So after that was revealed that the motorcycle people have nothing to do with Junior.
Yeah.
I personally think it's it's Jesse's wife.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like especially this last episode was very much like, take the power. It's like very much giving me very much Dark Sidious vibes. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
So
I mean, I don't know. Like again, I'm thinking more like vice principals. So remember, even on vice principals, it's always something in relation to the last season, not this season.
Oh.
So it could be in relation to the stunt guys because they're riding bikes.
Oh.
They know that maybe that's one of their brothers or something. So that's kind of what I think because again, everybody's riding bikes. And you remember the guy died in the first season when he tried to steal the money from them.
That's right.
So I'm thinking maybe they found out and they're coming after him.
That could be true.
Another option is he's like, hey man, if you need me to
I can take care of it.
or maybe he sent them out there, but I really think more so it's the biker dude or the stunt double or the stunt man, I should say, that died in the first season. Like something about him.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, and then so majority of that episode was with the uncle, and the uncle was
Yeah, Billy.
Yeah, he had to go reconcile with his son Macaulay Culkin, and
Right.
I was surprised they didn't give him a hump, but I guess they fixed that. I feel like it's coming up to like the season end. That's what it's feeling like. Like things are getting reconciled and stuff. Great series though, hysterical. The muscle men. It's all hysterical. So I.
I don't think so.
Yeah, he ain't sleep. He just not responding.
I got nothing to say. I literally have nothing to
He
say.
hasn't watched Vice Principals. He hasn't watched Gemstones. He hasn't watched Euphoria, and that's what me and what's name we're talking about.
Okay. Damon has nothing. You know that's not.
No, Damon has been. He's the one that's talking about.
I'm talking about the picture on the air.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Even I can turn it on. You're not gonna see anything. It's gonna be. I can turn it on.
Yeah, it's just.
You're not gonna see anything. It's like it's light in my room. Yeah. Just a lower pixel camera, so you're not gonna see anything.
Zoom. So at one point, I think I've seen people holding like 10 plus.
No. Also, AP, have you seen the show Miss Mavel? Miss Mark, was it? Is it? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
Is that worth it?
It's hysterical. If you have you watched stuff like Seinfeld and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay.
It's funnier than that, but it's.
I've been seeing it pop up. It looks enticing, but I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's funny though. Okay.
It's like all of the lines are like banter. So,
Okay.
it's white. It's number white people in there, but it's banter. And they got the lady. You got Miss Swan in it.
Oh, Miss Swan, really?
Yeah.
What is she racist?
Huh?
No, she was just portraying an Asian lady. This is a white lady portraying an Asian lady.
It's a white lady portraying an Asian lady.
Yeah.
Right, that was just the character.
That's the same chick. Racist. Didn't she say something racist before?
No. Are you thinking of Roseanne?
Yeah, Roseanne said something racist and she got kicked off her show.
Right.
No, yeah, that's what.
I don't know.
It's something before.
Her whole career is built off of her being funny and racist. So.
Yeah, her. That show. I'm talking about somebody else. That's not Miss Swan.
No. That is the same person.
That plays Miss Swan.
Yeah.
It's Alex Borstein.
Yeah, she did something racist. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I won't put it past none of the white people said something racist.
Well,
I mean, they're white
I'm
people.
not saying something like that. Chick was like, she's had issues before with individual black people on MTV. Like, I think some of the motherfuckers left the show like, yo, y'all got to get this bitch. She's.
I've never heard anything like that.
Personally, like, no, that bitch is mad racist. I'm like,
Halle Berry on Catwoman.
Huh?
How could she be racist? She was with Halle Berry on Catwoman. How could she be racist?
I know her time on MTV. Yeah, a few of those black.
What was she on MTV?
Mad TV. Yeah, they were complaining. Yeah, we complained about it because it was just like at first it was just like, all right, this is a character, but then it was like, yo, we not on camera no more. Like, what's up with this bitch? I was like, no, that's just her. I'm like, oh hell no. Yeah, but oh okay. But she, okay, that I don't want to watch it now. She's
I mean, she's like of the four. Yeah, you could say there's like 3 to 4 main characters, and she's one of them.
She's one of them. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, messed up, Jamie.
I mean, all I know is I know funny shows, and y'all. That's what I'm saying. It's very few shows I'm going to watch full of white people in it. Gemstones, Miss Mabel just came back, and it's only like 2 episodes to the new season. And I would consider Euphoria, but Rue's technically in it, so Zendaya and them, and so I'm like, that's a little color. There's somebody in it, so and it.
Isn't Elliot probably half black or something too?
Elliot?
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to go on the Hispanic side.
Okay. I'm not upset.
Garbage Elliot. That's crazy.
Yeah, damn. Now I think about outside of dead. Like that's it. Like
And the crackhead, he black.
Right.
I mean, do you know his name?
Crackhead with no family.
Crackhead with no family. Come on, Rue.
Y'all want a black character? We got y'all. Here y'all go.
The deadbeat black dad, that was a crackhead, you know.
That beat his wife.
That beat his wife and kids.
Paying child support.
Right. Oh shit.
Man.
Talking about goddamn system.
Yeah.
So what you got your band with Gemstones, fair enough, because that's all white.
That's all white people.
Well, you got the black guy who's the accountant.
He's African. No,
I mean, they literally give him like 4 lines.
All I'm saying is that he's there.
he's in the background.
Marvel or Mabel shit, yeah. All white.
Yeah.
So that's what y'all talking about. I hear y'all talking about the last season on the bill. I think you're right. Cause to me, I completely lost. I'm like, okay, so they're gonna throw in. I thought it would be something just unrelated, but it might be those stunt dudes because they all.
Yeah.
They're doing stunts.
What are they doing stunts? They just run their
bikes and doing wheelies. I guess it comes with it. I guess, but that's just my guess.
I mean, it makes the most sense. That's where they would get dirt bikes and know how to get away because they shot people.
Look like grown men sitting in that prison cell.
Fair enough, like get actualized, but per story, you're like they're kids. So it's just like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
There's got to be somebody because they blew up that goddamn prison. Like,
I don't know that's
Take him all out.
Well, you know, you get one phone call. When you get locked up, you get one phone call.
So you just like, this jail I have never been in. Go on the left side and blow the wall out. Come deep, come 40 deep in motorcycles.
I knew you did. Why y'all got this term literally on y'all goddamn Zoom? I know y'all see this shit this nigga win. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, man, he dressed in dark purple today. And then looked, I'm like, no, that's definitely brown. And the pants, I too.
That's the whole song.
I said, what's wrong with brown?
I was like, alright.
You practice stroke.
No, I had not.
You ain't proud.
I had not. Ain't no practice stroke. I'm just gonna do it. Only after the fact. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah, so that was that episode Gemstones.
Right.
Euphoria, they had Lexi's play, you know, which I hate when they do films where it's like a time thing, and because of the feds, I'm like, so like this is before the play started, I guess, and I'm like, so clearly this nigga's not in the fucking crowd, so why I just.
I was just gonna think that maybe the popo came and got him because it looks like the dude was trying to set him up.
Oh yeah, most definitely that nigga was trying to set him up.
Right, so I don't even think he got shot. I think more so like he might be locked up.
Oh, okay.
Because if anybody does any killing of anybody, it's gonna be that little boy Ashtray.
Oh yeah, Ashtray, yeah.
So, cause remember he walked over there with a knife in his sleeve. So I'm like,
He did.
But he's observing. He's just see, yeah, they both over there acting weird.
They both over there acting. Yeah.
Remember, he's also the one that killed the black drug dealer.
Yeah.
Killed it. So I mean, you know, he hit him upside the head with a hammer. He was dead.
Yeah.
So
I feel like
he don't play around. When it comes to his brother, he don't play.
Yeah, I feel like if anybody gets shot, it might be him. Cause I don't think he's gonna chill out for no cops.
Yeah, probably not. Not unless Fez says something to him.
Yeah. And that's gonna be too late by then.
Probably so. But we'll see.
Yeah. But the play was great. It is funny because I seen comments and stuff like about the play about this whole situation, this whole episode, because the be continue got fucking everybody.
You know what's funny? This was the first episode that felt long.
Oh really?
Like, I enjoyed it, but I was like, this feels longer than an hour. And I'm looking, I'm like, nope.
Nope.
Still only 8
Yeah.
minutes, but it felt long.
But how many plays have you watched?
Not many.
Okay. that might be like, okay, this play shit and
Yeah. But it was good though.
I enjoyed it. But it definitely like when people talk about, oh, Euphoria is so unrealistic, that's the only thing that I'm like, okay, because what the fuck type of high school got this budget to put this goddamn play?
They have so many sets. I'm like,
They had a spin around fucking set. I'm like, where, nigga?
I've seen the spinning platform, but it wasn't motorized. It was people in the back behind it. They were using like their feet and their hands to push it.
Oh.
I've seen that before at a high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen that. In fact, it was in Mississippi actually. It wasn't my high school. It was another high school in Mississippi, and I saw it there. And I thought that was like the first time. I'm like, what the hell? That's pretty dope. But no, I've seen it at high school before.
Cause they
But
budget.
The third stage has a circle piece that spins.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Right.
So each scene was a perfect scene rendition. I'm like, and then it was blended in from like reality and like the play. Cause that like Rue was there. I'm like, what the fuck going on? Then they got a girl that kind of look like Rue for real. I'm like, well, how the fuck did this? What is going on? And then the crazy shit with the crazy shit was like how she was explaining it. Like, so Rue only been a really drug addict for like 4 years.
Okay.
Cause it was like this shit kind of happened before. Yeah, and they was talking about like in middle school and stuff. And they're like, yeah, when we got to 9th grade, I'm like, so you only been a junkie for 4 years for real? Like, you really you spiraling downhill.
Yeah.
But like a lot of things were funny. Like, I love the drunk mom was like, yeah, that's my daughter. Yeah, you see her? That's supposed to be
She was
me.
really engaged in that whole play. She was like, that's supposed to be me.
She was up here crying and shit. I was like, that's funny. But go ahead.
I mean, everybody going through their emotional thing when certain scenes came up was good.
Very much so.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, the locker room scene was over the top. I was like, that's great, but I know that was her shooting a shot at him, though.
Right, she was definitely shooting a shot at this nigga, right?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. He was upset. But
I was like, God damn.
She did that on purpose, though. She knew, because, like I said, she's always watching from behind. She's
right.
Like, dude's not a good dude. So, he definitely shot at that nigga.
But that's a weird shot, though, unless you know. Unless you're super observant. I guess to get like, oh, the whole jock, super over masculine, they must be jacking off each other in the locker room type of deal. And I guess shot hit is into what the fuck this nigga into. So
probably a little bit of both like his dad.
Probably a little bit both like his dad, or probably just his, like the mom said, like when he was 9, when he started watching them tapes. Like I think it's just like the influence of that. I don't know if that's real or that's his father bang out chicks and dudes for like fuck. He's so 9 years, 7, 8 years of watching that. So he fucked up. And then he was like, get your shit.
Yeah, right. I was like, yeah, there was no way that, like she said, like that she knew that her sister was gonna go that far in the play. Hell, like she said, no one knew she was gonna do the play. No one knew that she had a play in mind.
I mean, they knew they had a play in mind, but they really didn't know what the play was gonna be about. Because
Yeah.
because even Rue's like, oh, are you doing it for the play, the Oklahoma play?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like,
True.
the play was known. Just I guess nobody asked in detail what the fuck this play gonna be about.
Yeah.
And then what kills me was it was actually before the play. It was Rue's mom, because I got mixed feelings about that.
But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When she said that, like, I get what she's saying.
I agree with like
but
60%.
like, you're still telling that to your child, though. I'm like,
Facts.
You're basically saying
You're not supposed to say that. And I get, because you tried the other way.
Look, AP said he feels the mom.
That's what I'm saying. Like 60% of it, I get.
Still what?
I said 60% of it, I get. Like I understand. Like, hey, I tried the nice love shit. You clearly not fucking listening to me. If it comes down to it, for real, I'm going to say my daughter who didn't do shit and just had to suffer around you. And if I got to save anybody, I get that. But the fact that you're like, did you do anything as a parent? Because you're talking about like next year, it's a wrap. It's over. Like you get out of my house. Getting out your house, like, nigga, does she have any fucking skills? Like you're putting her to the fucking wolves if you ain't taught her shit. So if you ain't taught her how to balance the checkbook, how to keep a job, how to fucking like go to school, make sure her grades good. If you ain't do no basic parent shit, but you talking about, oh, you getting out of my house type shit, then don't be surprised if this bitch is around your corner dead on drugs. What else the fuck she gonna do?
But I guess you think about it like in black households. I mean, when has that ever been a factor? I think.
But that's always been a wrong thing. That's never been.
I know, but all I'm saying is they're perpetrating a stereotype that is accurate. You know what I mean? I wasn't debating whether or not it was right or wrong, but like, in what she said is what's been said. You know?
Right.
Which is why I understand it.
Right. I'm like you. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I'm like you. 64. Like I get what was said.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it, but I get what was said.
Yeah, and I guess for me, in my own I'm like, wow, I was 100%. I'm like,
oh, you 100% with that?
Yeah, because I can see I would tell my own child that shit. The fuck on somewhere. Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna be your baby. That's you not, as hardcore you are, it's a level of you watch that motherfucker grow up, and it's gonna be a personal like, did I fail as a parent?
Like you said, like if the COVID shit, right? You're like, nah, I'm not leaving out here because it's the same rule apply here. If me giving you any more attention than what it is, you're destroying this kid.
Right.
That's what the black dude was saying. He was just like, remember when he came in the house, I want to talk to Ruth. I want to talk to you.
Right.
Because you're the one that if she dies, you'll be fucked up whether she alive or dead. We gotta focus on you. Yeah. And that's it's the same concept there. I can no longer focus you because what you're destroying over here.
Right.
Yeah. So now that's why it's just like, for me, I'm just like, I get it with what skill sets that I give you. For me, that's neither here nor there. As a and there lies where like I get it, where it's just given this attacks the stereotype where it's like, yeah, we should be preparing our children to at the age of 18 or possibly 20. All right, get the fuck out of here. But because that's not the reality, that's the dream, but that's not the reality. The reality is, given what's in front of me, I did everything now I could do for you as a parent. I gave you the proper moral compass. I'm giving you food and shelter, and you're getting a decent education to do something with yourself. You snort and do drugs all that away, like, all right, like, given at this point, you're now destroying somebody else that has a solid chance. I can't, like, I'm done. That's like, for me, given, you know what I'm saying, given what's at hand, although it's not the dream, given that's at hand, like, that's why it's for me. And then growing up, I've been in situations like that where I've seen it where it's just like, no, I gotta go. I can't. Nothing you can do. Nothing I can do. Yeah, so that's why I was like, when she said that, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, bitch. Hell, let this bitch know. And now I want the next season, she gets so high she died. That's what I was. She was so high. She was like, wait, I can get high as I want to? High as a kite? Go ahead and roll up there. Get high. As a matter of fact, you know that bag, I need to throw it all away. Here you go.
But see, even that scene, I don't know where that scene takes place in the storyline. I don't know if that's to be a recent scene after everything has transpired.
I feel like that's after her hospital thing.
But you know what?
Yeah. See, I think it was after she probably came back from the hospital. So I don't think it's
that whole episode bounced all over the place.
Yeah, that was all. You know,
outside of them being in that auditorium.
Yeah, that was it.
So
Yeah.
Damn.
So because you think about it, remember the last scene that we saw with her was her crying on the phone to get her into a hospital.
Yeah.
But she hasn't gone anywhere yet. Yeah. Because the sister was like, hey, I'll, at least talking when we were laying down. You want to tell me what's going on?
So if that's the conversation they had before, and they got to this point again, then damn. All right. Then at this point in time, I'm doing one hell of a job parenting because bitch, I kind of told you that was it, but now you're still here being destructive. So. Hey, okay, shit. I didn't think about that. Yeah, because that whole episode, at first it was pissing me off. I'm like, can we get the current shit? I'm like, no, we not. Because this whole play, and it seems like it's going to be continuing on.
I imagine
the next episode. So it's like, all right. Once I got into my head, like, all right, this is not about going forward exactly.
Mm-hmm.
This is about everything leading up to, what's going on. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah. Old junkie Luke. Mm-hmm. I was laughing when she came over that Jolly Rancher.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think they're going through withdrawal.
Yeah. Right.
That rapper, the group what you can touch and then fall apart. That bitch.
Yeah, she was going through it.
Grab and pull.
I think the snot might have been over excessive. I get what they were trying to portray.
Right, you didn't have to go there.
Right, it was just a lot. Like you could have just dialed that back just a little bit.
She's trying to win another Emmy. I don't know what y'all talking about.
Huh?
She's trying to win another Emmy. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're trying to open the Jolly Rancher.
Yeah. No, I'm saying she's trying to win another Emmy. So I don't know what y'all talking about. That's not gonna run.
What did she win off of? What did she get off of?
Huh?
What was her first Emmy?
Best actress in a series. What the fuck you talking about?
Euphoria?
Yeah, for first season, yes sir.
Damn. Okay. Okay. So she's trying to get another one. That's what.
That is the goal, sir.
I'm trying to get another one. Fair enough.
The more awards you win.
That's some good acting, I guess.
Yeah. I'm trying to be better than goddamn Chris Rocket being a crackhead.
Shit. The more awards you win, the higher paid you are. So she ain't playing around.
She's trying to get another Emmy.
Shit.
Y'all saw the snot.
Y'all saw the snot. But yeah, that mom seemed like I do agree something should have happened, but I feel like something should have happened a while ago. Like conversation should have happened a while ago, and they might have happened, but they should have happened.
But I guess that's the fucked up part about drugs is that like when you like, all right, I help, like, especially it's like you get to you would think I wouldn't have a wit's end, but it's just like, yo, I've done everything to help you.
Right.
Like I don't like outside of, because again, like you say, like, all right, it is my baby. I get that sense, but it's just like, all right, I want to keep helping you, but it was like, yo, I literally done everything. Like I put you into rehab.
Yeah.
It don't seem like it's a typical black household where there really isn't any interaction, meaning that, all right, I go to work, you go to school, do your homework, and then that's it.
Right.
So I'm interacting, like, it's not like you're not loved. I get what you went through with your dad. Like, this was what I was talking about before with you, where it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's certain stuff where it's just like, damn, was that damaging to you? And it's just like, and it's just like, because again, like my ex-girlfriend, her father passed tragically, and she still she never really dealt with it. I don't know where her headspace is now with it, like really, because I'm no longer intimate with her to know her on that deep end. But in my time, and her father passed when she was in between 6 or 8 years old. 30 now, or 30 plus.
I got a friend just like that too. Like her dad died when she was 16.
Yeah. Same
way.
And it's so to put that in perspective, like, to be honest, seeing Rue was like 17, 18 years old, it's just like, yeah, she's. If I dealt with somebody who's 30, who never really dealt with what I'm saying, just had a hard time dealing with it. So that, that's it. It's like, I guess you're going back to your credit, like, all right. fuck set you up to be kicked out of the house, did I get you the therapeutic help that you needed? And I don't think that was done at all. Yeah.
But then it's also black family thing. Like,
right, exactly.
Like, how many of us here have had a therapy before?
To be honest, my mother. Like, yeah.
No, but I said you. Have you been to therapy before? Yeah. You person? Okay. Jamie, have you been to therapy before?
I've been to therapy once.
Okay. And then Daniel, have you been to therapy before?
No, I have not.
Okay. So,
but I'll say this, right? I'm pretty sure you haven't, right?
I have not.
So that's 50-50. But even still, I think the more I get your point, the more black people you ask, like Jamin and I are probably fucking abnormally.
Right.
That's not.
And that was only like one time.
Like, all right.
He only went one time, yeah.
Yeah, well,
he didn't consistently go for
exactly. But to even still go the one time.
Yeah, true.
So, but for me, like, nah, my mom definitely kept
going.
Yeah, she can. Yeah, actually, all of us up to a certain point.
Okay.
But I definitely remember going into those. Just going into those sessions. But to your credit, like Jamie and I would be an anomaly. Look, you and Daniel would be like the standard for black people.
Right.
It's just like, yeah, because even still thinking about it, like, you should have won, to be honest.
For what?
Your house.
Oh, right. I mean, don't get wrong. Like, I mean, I still think it'd be a good idea for me to go. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I don't know what they say.
I also agree.
At the time.
Yeah, it probably would have helped. Yeah, it probably would have helped. Yeah. I felt. Yeah. But yeah. That's euphoria for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's what makes it really good. Right. It's a
right.
Great show. I'm like, man, this shit is
great show.
as I would be. I'm just like, yo, this shit is. I look forward to every Sunday. I'm like, Sunday is night for that and Gemstones. I'm just like, yo, this is a good ride. It's a good show.
It's a good ride. It's a good ride. A good show.
Who's the director for? Well, who's the writer behind Euphoria?
I don't know.
I have no idea. He's fucking good.
I mean, I don't know what the gender of this individual is at all.
It's a white dude.
Oh, it's a white guy? Okay.
Well, the writer, I don't know, but I know the director is a white dude.
The director's a white guy.
Writers for this shit.
No, it's the same guy. He directed and wrote it.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, it says created by him, written by him, so.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he's on point with writing it's a good story, so yeah.
Oh, also another show called White Lotus. It's a limited series. I think it's like only 6 or 8 episodes. It's a good show too.
Okay.
It got a black person in it.
Okay. How many black people in?
Just one. There's one main character, black person.
One main character. It's called White Lotus.
Yeah.
White Lotus.
I mean, the black person isn't the main character, but there's a character in the show. It was on HBO. It used to be on HBO. I think it came out like 2020. But yeah, the show, like other than Rue's mom doing like I want to say a 360. I ain't gonna say all that.
Right.
But her doing the you're almost done, you're gonna get out of here. Even though she wasn't saying anything majority of the series towards that. And maybe it's the switch up that got me like thrown off. Cause it was like, where was this energy like first season? You know, when she was pretending to be like sober or whatever, and you were trying to check her pee and shit, like, when was this like, are you prepared to be an adult? Because nigga, you were fucking 17, like,
right.
Like there was no energy like this. This is coming out of, to me, this is coming out of nowhere. And it looked like the Rue, it was coming out of nowhere. She didn't look too surprised about it. Like she looked like, well, okay. But, you know.
But like you said, not prepared to deal with it, no.
Right. It's a weird thing. Cause especially like last episode when she was like, she's gonna kill herself. Oh, help her. Like she act like she really, really cares. But then I don't know if it's more of like a burnout type of deal, but like
I think that's what it is. I think it's just the frustration that she as a parent goes through dealing with a child who's at the rebellious phase that they are in, also being addicted to drugs.
Right. But
So,
yeah. It was very much of like, I'm gonna eat ice cream telling your ass you gotta get up in a couple months. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that was a weird turn of events. But yeah. I think Lexi play was pretty cool. You got to learn some information, like I guess how their friendship started, and that was pretty
right.
cool. And like how she was like directly doing drugs during the wake or whatever the fuck that was. Not a wake. That couldn't have been a wake, but like a Passover, I guess. Yeah, at their house. So that was interesting to see, and Maddie and Case and Cassie and what's the other girl's name?
The big one. I
The
don't
big
know.
one, yeah. And then the big one's friend relationship, you
Right,
know.
right.
So and that was interesting, even when they did a cut scene to when she ran upstairs. 'Cause I really thought Maddie got them hands. I was like, Maddie, beat the girl ass. Like, and it's like, nah, she ain't really about it. Because I feel like if Maddie really want to beat your ass, I don't think that little door gonna stop stop her from beating your ass.
He was just more so just super upset.
Yeah.
Like, she was mad, but she was really hurt.
Yeah, she was really like, yo, fuck with that, fuck Nate. Like, you up here doing this? Like, my friend? Like, that's fucking wild. You know, I would have never done you like this. And she ain't had no words. I'm like, that's some low life shit. You a whole low life for that. That was some bummy ass bum shit.
Yeah. Like she said, she a coward. I mean, that's what it is.
She the worst person in the show. She the worst person in the show, Kevin.
I won't. You saying Cassie is?
Yeah, she the worst person in the show.
Yeah, he think she's the worst person.
She's the worst person in the show.
Who do you think the worst person is? AP disagrees. She don't think
Who?
that she is.
Who's the worst person in the show?
I don't know.
The worst person on the show?
Yes.
Because I personally, I don't know.
For me, the worst person on the show,
can you hear him?
I can.
Yeah. I don't think it's Cassie, because I'm trying to, and at first.
On a moral basis, Cassie.
On a moral base.
Huh?
Yeah, you strictly mean on a moral base?
On a moral base?
I mean, what the hell is there's majority? Like, that's the majority of the show.
He said if you're talking about a moral base, then it's Nate.
Hands down.
No.
Hands down. That's what it says.
Nate is fucked up by situation.
Sentence for some shit he didn't do.
But Nate's doing all this shit because directly how he was affected. Cassie has no excuse for none of the shit she's doing.
Look at how Cassie's affected. Her morally. Her dad is like, again, that's another daddy issue.
Yeah,
So
that's it. That's literally it, though. Majority, everybody on the show got some type of parental issues.
Right. But when you
And I feel like Nate's the worst.
when you say a moral base, no, that's definitely Nate. Nothing about his upbringing says frame another man to serve a sentence.
What?
His sexual deviancy and doing fucked up shit from what he's exposed to, yes. But him doing that shit, what he did to my man, that's way outside the spectrum of what he was affected by.
Are you talking about Fez?
No, I'm talking about Nate.
No, he's saying who's serving the sentence?
Oh.
That fucked the girl at his girlfriend at the party.
Yeah. But that's direct how he perceived masculinity, though. That's because how he got fucked up. Now legally, this nigga is not. He's. I'm like talking by example. I'm talking about.
Indirectly, what he saw his father doing, dominating females and shit like that. Like that part of him, I understand and get. For me, he went far left when he framed Homeboy. Like when he framed Homeboy, because again, I get. All right, he got a sixth sense of mind of wanting to protect, create scenario, so he finally got that. That's cool. But once he started going off and going, all right, well, I gotta save my ass because I fucked up. So this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm about to frame him. I'm gonna get him to cop out for some shit that he didn't do, and because I'm gonna threaten for some shit that he did do.
Right.
You're gonna cop out for some shit you didn't do. Like morally, Nick has to be fucked up.
But even when you're saying that. That is a moral protection of his family. That's how he rationalized that. Cassie has no rationalization towards anything.
Nah, I agree with that. When you say morally, his morals in protecting his family, But that's how he rationalized it. I'm not saying that is correct. Like even it's like, realistically, I'm protecting myself because I know if you're fucked up, all of this shit it is when you lose it, I can't reap the rewards of it because you're a pedophile. Like, I'm still, like, you would taint all the shit that I would inherit.
Right.
So that had nothing to do with the family when it came down to it. That was for him.
I mean, yes, real. I'm saying like how they're telling us how he's perceiving things is from like a protecting of a family, but it is more just protecting of him.
Right.
Right.
So that's you say something like from a moral standpoint, like I would say Cassie is in line with more so acting out, given the damage that she's been through.
Okay.
He was acting out, yes, given the damage she's been through, but then he started doing extra like juvenile deviant shit that I'm just like, this has nothing to do with the shit you've been through.
I mean, he is definitely more just more of a criminal villain level, and I don't think Cassie's like criminal villain level, but
because everything was in line of I have daddy issues, so
yeah.
I'm looking for love.
Right.
That's everything she's doing. Like you said, like his shit, like I get what his dad was doing, but the damage that Nate has come through, like the shit I'm talking about, that was criminal shit.
Yeah. That's doing criminal shit. His criminal shit.
That's why, like, when you want to boil it down to moral, like that.
Only reason I say that is because like she with full intent knew the consequences of those actions, but she didn't want to control herself in the.
Well, and here's the thing, right? Where it's just like, to her credit, they were not together. But I understand from the standpoint of, hey, look, we not together, but you know the dance that we do. We're not together, then we get together, and even if that's not the case, bitch, that is my ex.
Right. This one. Right.
However, y'all not together.
But it is a this is my ex, and also you know Maddie, you knew her like from middle school, like so you know her type of character, and for you to I'ma still do this because I want to do it. That's some scummy shit. That's some scummy shit that even Nate knew. Like she gonna fucking kill you for real. So the fact that she still did it. And then she acted surprised where he's like, oh, I'm thinking about getting back with her, and she want to have this yelling match, and it was like, why are you acting surprised? I'ma still try to do this.
Even still with her doing it, right? Like it's scummy shit. It's on the basis of daddy issues. I really get it, and this dude, and I'm seeing a side of him that I didn't know was there that is more comforting than I've got anywhere else. So give me that. Because of my daddy issues.
Right. She want to be loved. Yeah.
That's why it's just like, scummy, yes, but
slowly. Right.
And it's just like, damn. And it's just like, even still for her, she watched her dad slowly deteriorate as well until he just fucking disappeared.
Right. But he's still out there. So there still could be some reconciliation. Like, that's why I didn't like the connection she was trying to make with Rue's dad. Like, that nigga in the ground for real. There is nothing that could come back from this. You know.
Like, to hope he's still out there, but who knows? Like, he could be dead somewhere.
He could be dead somewhere. You're right. You know. But it's the drama that she brings because she doesn't want to feel responsibility. That's that fucked up shit.
Right.
Like it's quite obvious why everybody upset. Yeah, you messed with your best friend's ex. That's kind of crossed the line. And she's like, but they weren't together. It was like, you're missing, and you're not that dumb to miss the point.
Yeah, exactly. She's not, but to make herself feel better, you guys were not together.
Right, and people in her life were holding her accountable of like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. And they was like, no, you don't get it, you guys. I was like, no, we understand. You are kind of the villain here.
That also goes into, I guess, the female psychology within itself, which is hilarious, is that they don't hold themselves accountable for anything.
Right.
So that's hilarious to see that now that I think about
And
it.
she had two people in her life were holding her accountable, and she didn't want to hear it. She tried to kill herself with a corkscrew.
Like, that's just in the real life. That's how they operate. Like, it could be some fucked up shit, and it's like, yo, you know this fucked up, right? yeah, but I wouldn't have did that if it wasn't this. Or what about this? It's like, bitch, could you just hold yourself accountable?
Right.
Shit. And like, you can have a bitch dead to rights, and it's just like the shit. You like it's out, man. That you like, I'm about, some other shit.
But no, I 100% understand what you're saying. Like, it is that illogicalness of you see what you're doing, but somehow, some way, it can't be your fault. This can't be. There's no way this is my fault. So it's even as her mother was like, oh man, you remember that time your dad tried to get me to go to AA? That was hysterical. And it was like, clearly you have an alcohol problem, and that is also affecting your children. But you don't see that, huh?
Exactly. That bitch was loud as fuck at that goddamn place. Like,
You're right.
It's not.
But I enjoyed that because that's cool for a mother to be that. She was
Yeah.
very
I mean, that's what I'm saying. She was. I'm like,
That's supposed to be me. And that's the only influence all in their life for real is her mom being drunk all the time, but because they don't really see the consequences of alcoholism. So,
and that's one of the things too. I don't know if you noticed, like the person that seemed the most normal is not.
Right.
And it's just like this bitch is not normal either. She seems the most normal, and that is the other Lexi. Yeah, Lexi. She's not normal at all. Well, she's not. I guess like not at all.
Yeah, but she's very displacing. Like because of everything that goes on, it seems like she feels like she's not even part of the actual world.
Yep. Yeah.
Which is a problem.
Yeah.
Right.
But yes, those be your masters. Like you my friend, but so is that dog over there.
Right. She seems like she'll be a hired killer when she grow up.
Right.
So no, yeah, it's damn, yeah. I thought Fez's little brother or Ashtray was about to kill this shit. I'm like, I can make a bigger case than what it is. Yeah. Just know that.
I'm like, hopefully you don't.
Yeah, I'm like, please don't start jabbing this motherfucker in his neck, because I'm like, you gonna make it worse. Just get him and because I know that the girl, she's torn because she's been there with Fez. And
yeah.
Like, I really don't want to do this, but you are my boyfriend, so I'm kind of torn. And Ashtray is that's a real motherfucker right there.
That's a real motherfucker right there.
Looking like, what the fuck? Oh, hold up. What's going on? And he looking for any slight in anything where it's just like, you want some bullshit. And Fez is a big loof, just yeah.
Right. Which is weird because like I really wish they disclosed his age, because I feel weird. Like, you going to a high school, my nigga? Like.
So I put Fez at 19, 20 years old. No, because he's a dropout.
Right. So I hope he's around their age, but.
No, I give him a year or two older.
A year or two older. Hopefully he's only like 19 or something, because this nigga's like, he got flowers and shit about to go to a goddamn high school to give to a fucking 16 to 17-year-old bitch. Like this is not gonna end as well as he think it's gonna end.
Yeah, I don't give him 21. I give him 19, 20 at the 19 going on 20, but 20 at the latest.
Yeah. Because he is a dropout, so it's possible that he's still like 19 or 20.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is he at these high school parties, but he's serving up drugs? So that's
right.
Serving him up.
Even at that carnival, I'm like, what the fuck?
He is a drug dealer. Like.
Right. I came here to get a pretzel with a dash of coke.
Coke prices. So I definitely like seen a little bit of the preview. I didn't watch the whole preview for the next episode. He definitely looked like the cops gonna bust in, cause I feel like he was on the ground.
Dang.
So
that's one of the characters I do like the most. Cause as fucked up as he is, he's the realest.
Right.
He knows he's fucked up, and he knows shit around him is fucked up. But this is my environment. So
right.
That's why I like him the most, because he's fucked up and he's real about it.
And he about his business, you know.
And he bought his business. So I'm just like, all right, this is cool. But like, yeah, I hate for him to get busted because at first I'm like, please don't kill this character. Please don't kill. And I want him to still be around. I don't even want him to get locked up or anything. But
he said house because last time. So
exactly.
like they're gonna bust in on some other stuff, but like they're not gonna find anything.
It's here off the pure murder of Mouse.
Right.
So it's like, all right, I don't know nothing. Y'all here question me, I don't know nothing. Be my lawyer.
Right. But I'm afraid Ashtray gonna still do some shit because
exactly. That's the problem. Right?
And that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
Cause I feel Ashtray gonna go out in bullets, you know.
I like his character. He just needs a leash on.
He just need a.
Like, you have good intentions because when he was gun butting Nate's dad, I'm like, I thought for me, I was like, all right, he's gonna do it a couple times, but he was just like, boop, boop. I'm like, dog, you about to beat this one's brain.
He kept talking.
Like, he kept talking, not understanding the situation.
Not understand the situation.
I'm like, even as a grown man, I'm like, I don't want this kid to make a mistake because it's a shotgun.
It's a shotgun.
I'm definitely getting hit. And at worst, he's going to knock himself out. So it's just like, I got to keep taking this gun butt to the head. Yeah, it wasn't a good situation. So, yeah, even me in that situation, it's just like, I would have put a lot of stock in knowing anything. But he went to gun butt me, I would have to hit it because, again, the nozzle of the gun is pointing to the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm a man, so it's just like, even him hitting me once, I ain't gonna lie, getting pistol whipped, that's something else. I take that back. No, I'd be a pistol whipped food too. Especially with the butt of a shotgun, so yeah.
And knowing Ashtray, he might have had something on him anyway. You try to take that shotgun, you might get shot with a pistol. It's like, this shit not gonna...
I wrestled the shotgun out of his hand and he pulled out a pistol
and then we have to bury your ass too. Like, he's like, God damn.
Oh, shit.
It feels like, God damn, Ashtray.
What's some real shit that I don't like about it is the drug dealer that Rue got over at 10 grand. Even though that lady was nice, she was also about her shit, and I'm mad that shit didn't. I need that to catch back up there.
Oh, it most definitely is.
Yeah, it has to, yeah.
$10,000, like, nah, bitch, nah.
I'm gonna need that.
And it's funny because, like, I didn't see her being nice. I just saw her like, I need my money. These are the truths that are happening. You came in here high. I thought you went on drugs, Rue. You lied to me about that. There ain't no point in getting mad because she damn near call it conototic in that like no emotional state or whatever she's in because of the drugs that she was on before. So I don't see her being mad at anybody. I feel like she's just.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me, like I guess cinematically watching drug dealers, those like her are the worst ones.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just like there is no emotion, and I'm telling you exactly how
Right.
this shit goes.
This is gonna go.
The ones where like they're the most problematic individuals, you know, sit in the cinema realm where it's just like, oh no, I said I was gonna do this. This was gonna happen.
Right.
The rambunctious, the ones like that, they're outwardly ignorant. They're dangerous as well, but they're not as. They're just scary in the moment.
Yeah, I agree.
And scary even when I'm not around.
Right. She feel like the type that you have a whole birthday party for, and she's like, oh, thanks you guys. Also, you still owe me 10 grand. Time up. I'm like, fuck.
I'm gonna kill you at your child's birthday party,
Right.
and I'm gonna celebrate it with you too. But
You're gonna die at the end. Yes, I'm gonna take 2 fingers. Like, god damn.
Character was ignorant. He's just like, all right. The most ignorant shit is when you right. They're like, all right, cool. You gonna give me some drugs and you might rape me, and then that's it.
Right.
This bitch is like, I'm gonna make sure someone is at your house every night to rape you.
You're gonna be at a storage house where they're gonna be doing that till I get my $10,000 back.
Exactly.
And then we can be cool after.
I like Rue's character in moments, but I don't like it. I want to see bad shit happen to her.
But I think that was on purpose.
Because of the way her contract is constructed, I know bad shit won't happen to her.
She didn't even do the scene when they were in the bathroom.
No.
Yeah.
I know she has a lovely contract.
Airtight.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like, all right, I know from contractual reasons, the bad shit that is supposed to happen to you is not going to happen to you outside of you possibly killing yourself from a drug overdose, which is expected.
Right.
But anything else excessive is not going to happen.
Right. I do think if she might die of a drug overdose or just die. I think this is a tragedy story, so I think she's gonna die at some point. It might be something unexpected, but if it's not by drugs, it's by circumstances of money or whatever, and if she gets shot or something. But I do think she's gonna die because I don't think that character is designed to recover. If that makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I definitely.
The character is designed to recover.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like she'll give it an effort, but then it's also depression. So it's just like the moment something wrong happen, I need to feel this.
Right. That's the euphoric part of it. It's like I just don't think.
That's one of the things too. For me, I'm rooting for like, yo, get clean. But much like you said, like the show is called Euphoria.
Right.
So yeah, the character, like in the inception of the name and this character, she's not designed to get better.
It's not in the cards. She.
Damn.
Yeah. If it is, it's going to be some type of like time skip and she's feeling euphoric in her new life or some stupid shit. But because I think it has because of something traumatic happened, but I seriously doubt they wrote it like that because I mean they could have, but having a happy ending for a character that I think this story is supposed to be about like not a fear but more of a don't do drugs kids type of deal, like this would be like the consequences of doing drugs.
You keep doing drugs, kids.
Right. It's like there will be a consequences. Like you can't get into this and it can get too deep and you will like die. So I think like that real world consequences of like drugs are addictive, you can die, and this is not a good thing to escape your emotional pain or whatever from. Because I think that's the whole point of Rue's, like she wants to feel euphoric feeling because she don't want to feel the sadness of the real world or whatever. But this is not a good escape, a good way to escape that. So if that's them telling that story, I don't think her recovering would make much sense. If that makes sense.
We're going to go for a ride until she goes.
Right.
Yeah.
Very much like, what are those? You remember those two bank robbers, those two female bank robbers that drove over the cliff?
Bonnie? No, not Bonnie and Clyde.
Thelma and Louise or some shit. Like, it's more like that. It's more like, this story is not going to end well. It's going to end bad. Right. You love the characters, but like that's not the point of the story. Like they make decisions, and there are consequences for these decisions, and you're going to see them out. Now it's funny how they're placing everything because like if the next episode's the last episode, I don't know what another season's going to do. Because they're almost like unless the next season will be like them graduate, and it's like all the episodes is basically their finals all the way into graduation and consequences and stuff of all the other seasons coming up to a head. That's the only thing I can think that will happen because it's only like an 8-episode series.
Yeah, I believe so.
So it's like you can stretch that out. You can stretch out, especially if something happened to Fez. You'll have him be in jail or going through that process, and then maybe him getting out. Maybe him try to find whoever put him in jail, like he beat up Nate, like find whoever did that, and like Rue trying to graduate and be clean, and drugs all around her, and maybe towards graduation she like gives up and just like fuck it, I'm just gonna die because I can't do this life. So either suicide or drug overdose, like, and then that just be euphoria or whatever. But that's only if they do another season. That's the only thing I could see them stretching that out because like we're done with this high school shit. I'm kind of tapped out of that shit of like you did it, you done it. I do not care anymore at this point. Like so, and I thought it was going to end it this season, but like it doesn't seem like they are.
the show is fairly popular, so.
Yeah, it's popular. So hopefully he wrote it to an end and not just like ongoing. Cause I'm pretty sure number one that series got to be expensive as shit to even make.
I believe so.
And then it's paying Zendaya and all them other niggas. Cause she's only like other than Kyle and Zendaya, they're the people that I know that are famous.
Gotcha.
Yeah, cause like the dad was from Grey's Anatomy or whatever. And he's been on TV for a long time. But yeah, Zendaya is the only other person I know is personally like they were famous before the show. So I just don't see them continuing to do another one, and they have to pay everybody more and more because they're getting other roles and famous from this show. So it's just gonna get more and more expensive. Speaking of movies and getting expensive, did you see the trailer to Nope?
Yeah.
Okay.
It didn't show a whole lot.
It didn't show a whole lot.
It seemed like some alien type stuff.
So similar to alien shit, yeah. And then did you see the one where I don't even remember what it was called, but the that slave one with Keke Palmer in it?
I think Alice or the Keke Palmer, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
That seemed pretty interesting. Yeah. That seemed pretty interesting because like at first I was like, oh, it's another slave thing, but it's like, oh no, nigga, you in the 1970s. They kept your ass in slavery for way. And her like trying to like Django revenge type deal.
That reminds me of the I don't know if you saw the movie that had what was that? I don't even know what that movie was called. I don't know if it went straight to Netflix. It was one where like this company, they were picking up, I guess, smart black individuals, and they would put them on like a little plantation-like place, and they would treat them like they were slaves.
Oh wow, no, I ain't seen this.
But it was all modern. Hey, what was that movie called? That one was pretty good though.
Huh.
Dang, what was that called? I don't know. I'm trying to think of the black lady who was in it. But yeah.
I mean, it did give me like the Village vibes. You know, like leaving the town is like, oh, modern day type of deal. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah. That's pretty much it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will see you around. I appreciate it. And this is the end.